Happy Smoky Sunday, folks. Ryan here, and today we're going to build on what we did in a previous episode. We're going to cook a chicken. Yep, I know, we're going to cook a chicken again. But we're going to do it differently. We're going to try to build on what we learned last time. Last time we did we cooked over indirect heat. And this time we're going to try to get more smoke into it. We're going to lower our temperature down and see if we can get a better, more smokier flavor in our chicken. But we're going to have to be careful that we don't over smoke it, but we're going to try it out. This is going to be the first time I've done it, so any mistakes I make, you get to learn from. So let's get started. Alright, to get things started, we are not going to want to use a bunch of coals that are already lit. So we're going to put this down. So take our grate off. And we're actually going to use just one basket. So we're going to take that out, put it down here, and we're going to fill it up with unlit coals. So because it's a slower cook, I'm not going to light all of these. I'm just going to light some and it'll gradually go through. We may end up with a bunch of coals that don't ever even get used in this, but this should be plenty. I'm sure I could get a 5-hour cook out of this easily, and I don't think it's going to take that long. Next, get our little cubes. How we're going to start up our coals now. So, how are we going to start our coals? I have a couple options. You could try putting your little starter cube, or if you've got one of the tumbleweeds at the end and try to light that. I've done that before, but something got weird and somehow all the coals got lit. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our chimney here, and we're going to put 6 briquettes in there. Okay, 6 briquettes. Well, that's 5. It'll probably be okay too. We'll do 6 because I said 6. And then we're gonna light our little cube here. And set those coals right over the fire. Which actually, I'm not going to get too perfect here. I shouldn't have put it in the middle because of how big this chimney is. Oh, actually, it's perfect. It's right where it needs to be. So we'll wait for that to get lit and we'll come back. Hi folks, welcome to the segment of the show I like to call Smoky Tidbit. You may actually see these videos go out by themselves, or they'll be parts of other episodes of Smoky Sunday. Today I just want to talk about temperature monitoring real quick. The thermometer on your Weber kettle is not going to be very accurate because it's that temperature up towards top of the lid. So you're going to want to go out and get yourself a good thermometer to measure the temperature inside your grill. Something that you can place on the grill or clip to the actual grill grate so you know at that level what the temperature is. I made a mistake when I first started, and I went out and bought one of these Thermo Pros. I can't remember what the number is, but it just came with 2 meat probes like this. Okay, I needed a way to measure the grill, so I went out and bought this little clip so I could just clip one of these probes to the grill grate, and it doesn't work very well. I don't recommend doing it this way. If you want a recommendation for a good thermometer to use, I suggest getting the ThermoPro TP08S. It comes with an actual grill probe as well as a meat probe, like this. It has a little base that the probes plug into, and this will flip between the 2 temperatures while they're being measured. So meat temp and grill temp. And then you can go inside with this piece or walk around, whatever you got to do, and it'll relay the temperatures to here. And you can set different alarms on this too for temperature. So if the temperature goes too high on something or too low, an alarm will go off. So I recommend getting one of these. At least get something that has a good grill probe on it. I did try buying a grill probe for this, and it worked miserably. So just get one that already comes with it. These run about $40. Sometimes you can see them on sale for $30. Give this one a shot, or if you find something else you want to try out, that's cool too. Just make sure it has one of these actual probes like this. So, also it will come with a clip if you buy this one, so you can just slide it on in there on your grill grate. So that's all I got for you this week, folks. I got my gloves on, my heat resistant gloves. Not required, but definitely recommended. It looks like our coals are a little ashy, which is perfect. We're gonna just dump these into one end. Actually, I'm gonna move these around a little bit. Looks like we lost one in the bottom, so I'll grab that. I do recommend getting yourself a pair of cheap tongs if you don't have some, just for moving coals around. It's handy. I just keep this on my grill all the time. And this guy, you can go there. Probably could let that run a little longer, but it's alright. So, we're going to put our grate back on. We'll leave that open for now. So we're going to aim for 275. Originally I was going to do 225, try to do low and slow on this, but my good buddy, Papa C, go check out his channel, suggested that may not actually be all that good. So we're going to go with 275 to 300. So while we wait for that to come up to temperature, let's go work on that bird. Alright, so we got our bird here, our chicken. First thing we need to do is see if it has anything inside that we need to take out. See. Sometimes there's stuff and sometimes there's not, I've learned. And this looks like one of the cases where there is not. So, it's empty inside. That's alright. I'm going to do something that I haven't done before, and we are going to actually do what they call spatchcocking. Quit laughing, Randy. I'm just kidding. You do not have to do this. If you don't have a way to cut the chicken like this, you don't have to do it. It's not a requirement. I'm just doing it to try it out and see what I think. Ooh, you're going to get rid of this though. So essentially what you do, from my understanding, is you want to flip it over and you want to cut out this back part, I think. Let's see. I'm going to go along the side of the backbone. Cut all the way up along it. And it's supposed to help it get more even cooking, from my understanding. And so because I've never done this before, you can probably realize too that these are new shears and they don't cut worth a damn. So I'm going to be fighting with this, and I may have screwed this up, really. And I thought I was supposed to cut this out right here. I watch other people do this and their shears seem to cut right through it. Mine do not. So, as a beginner, you may not want to deal with this. I'm kind of regretting it. This whole thing should come out now. Okay, so there we go. I think I got it. We'll pull that out. Look at that. So I probably got. Okay. And somehow when you go set it, you want to set this on your grill open. Alright, so we got through that. Like I said, you don't have to do this. I'm kind of wishing I hadn't. Now there's a lot of sharp bones and things that I gotta worry about. I may not have done it completely right. Okay, let's move on. Alright, so today, I'm gonna get rid of these. We're going to use some Weber KC barbecue rub. I've never used it before, but since we're using the Weber, it seemed like a good one to go with. I did taste it a little bit. Had a little bit of zing to it, so let's see what happens. So, I'm just going to do this side first. I've also never put rub on with a spoon, so I may be a little overboard. I would prefer to have a shaker. But yeah, Weber has a few rubs, as you could probably guess. I got another one of theirs I want to try. It's a honey garlic. To me, that seemed kind of interesting. Flip this guy over. Oh, he's a slippery guy. Okay. Okay. Well, that was more challenging than I thought it would be. Alright. Like I said, you do not have to spatchcock your chicken for this cook if you're going with these temperatures. I just wanted to try it out. I already don't think I'll do it again just because it's kind of a pain. I don't know if it'll be worth the effort. But a lot of people like to do it. And that's one thing about barbecue, you know, everyone has their own way of doing things. And some people like one thing, some don't. There's a guy, I think his name is Harry Sue, and he says something to the effect of, he's on YouTube by the way, barbecue is always a 3-hour argument about the right way to do something. So, I think we got plenty on there now. In fact, this $5 rub is about gone. I missed most of the chicken. Some people say you can get under the skin and try to put some under there. I'm not really sure how you do that without just totally ripping the skin off, so we're not going to do that. We're going to just leave it on here. So we'll let this sit for a little bit while the Weber gets up to temp. Right now we are at 210, and I'll come get you when we're at 275. Alright folks, we're at 292. We're going to go ahead and put this bird on. I'm going to make a little adjustments to the damper, probably the upper one. Close it off a little bit just to bring the temperature down, or keep the temperature from going up really. Also, wood we're going to be using today, some Ozark pecan chunks from Sweet and Smoky. They're out of Missouri. I've never used pecan before, or any of these guys would, so we'll see how that turns out. I'm probably going to use about a couple chunks. Let's get this bird on. We'll do it this way. I don't really know which way the right way to do this since I have not done this before, but we'll go legs down. I think you're supposed to like bind the wings back too or something, but I'm gonna leave them. They'll be all right. Take this. So I got that on there. Probes in. Oh, I forgot the wood. Forgot our wood chunks. Oh geez. You can see half my coals are kind of already burnt out, but they'll be alright. I'm just going to put a couple of these on. So we'll pull it right over the heat. If it goes through later. There we go. Sometimes you'll watch like Cooking with Rye and he'll wait for them to light up. I don't think you really need to. They're going to light. It'll be fine. You don't really want them on fire anyway. You just want them to smolder a little bit. Alright. But I'm not worried about it not lighting, so I'll come back when the chicken's done and we'll do a little taste. Alright, so we're at 160. Actually, we're getting a little above 165. 167 now. Our fire is starting to go down. I'm guessing the coals are burning up. So it's time to check it. Got my instant read thermometer here. And also ignore the large amount of flies fly around here for some reason. But I'll tell you what, you can smell that rub. Oh my gosh, smells so good. Alright, let's see. Look at that. That looks good. Let's just check this leg. We're reading 157 on that, so that's not quite done. And this side is 170, so that side's done, one side's not. I may just have to turn this a little bit. 161. $147. I need to move this a little bit because it is not cooking right. Oops, it's the wrong one. It's alright. Not the end of the world. Shoot. We'll let that go. I don't care if we got one part of it. I'm not going to be able to eat all this myself, so we'll leave this like it is and let it keep going. Might add a few more coals though. Alright, we're back again. Meat where we put the probe in. We'll remove the probe tube. Now it says 165. The grill got back up to 275 right at the last minute. Let's see how it's going. Got the instant read. We'll check out some parts of the chicken, see if everything's cooked now. Still not quite on that side. That side is definitely done. That's definitely done. That's not quite. Just kind of all over the place here. That's because I'm touching bone or something. That says 165 now. I'm not sure what I was hitting before. There's bone. This part's still kind of low. 163.8. And that's done. These legs are definitely cooked. I'm gonna flip it around and just kind of let it go for a few more minutes. All right. Probe now saying 165 on that section, so let's take a look. Hopefully we are done this time. Also notice I did add a peeled potato with some butter, salt, pepper, just to have a little side, I guess. Alright. 165 there. 169, 167. Still 160 here. I don't understand. 166. And yet here we're 161. $165 there. We're still too cool right here. I'm sure these wings are just cooked. 188. Got one chunk of this breast that just will not cook. I'm getting a little frustrated here. The meat's getting tough. Yeah. Alright. Keep in mind, I've never done this. This is the first time I've done it, so naturally on camera it's going to look like a disaster. So, I'm pretty sure that went right through. So maybe I'm poking through and not realizing it. This is 165. Maybe I'm poking through. 165, 166. I must be poking through the bottom and not realizing it. You know, spatchcock chicken, there's not a lot of room for error, I guess. So here, let's look like this. It's 165. 173. I think we're done. I think we're good. We're gonna go with it. I think I just must have been poking through the bottom. Hey, like I said, there's, you know, you're a beginner and you make stupid mistakes, and I'm making the mistakes so you don't have to. So be careful of that if you're going to spatchcock your chicken. Alright, I'm going to let it rest for probably about 15 minutes inside with some foil on top. I don't know if this is done. Let this just sit out here. I don't think it's in danger of doing anything. I'll come get that later. That's just an experiment anyway. So, wash that. There we go. Just have to take a quick look. Alright. So, let's see, I got a piece from the good thigh. We'll say the not as cooked thigh. Oh my god. That's rub on that skin is just delicious. Let's try some of the actual meat now. It tastes good. It just tastes like really good chicken. You do get a little bit of smoke. That's my first time using pecan wood, so I don't really know what flavors it imparts. Got a little bit of smokiness on there. Let's try the well done thigh here. Still just good. Oh my gosh, that is really good. Skin, it's not crispy. It's really, really chewy. Yeah, I wouldn't get too excited about skin on this one. Dang, I feel like I'm chewing on a piece of plastic. All right, let's go for some breast meat. It's kind of dry. Tastes good, just dry. Still not a lot of smoke to it. Those wood pieces did kind of burn fast. Like they haven't been in there most of the cook because they were burnt out. Chewy skin. A little piece of meat from the leg here. It's alright. It's dry though. Okay, I know this is kind of weird, but I'm doing a second tasting. I went to try to pull the leg off, and a whole bunch of juice just came flowing out of that bird. So what I did was I cut a different piece off of the thigh to try out. It looks moist. A little bit of seasoning a little bit of the rub got in there too. Alright, and I went and I dug on the other side of the breast and got a chunk out. Let's see if it's moist. Most of the skin's all that now. Wow, I think I got a little heavy on the rub on that piece, but that Weber rub is pretty good. Anyway. That side definitely had more juice. Now it's not dry though, so possibly the other side got cooked and then had to sit there and keep cooking while we brought the other side up to temp. I'm not even really sure why one side of the breast was, less cooked than the other. It really shouldn't have been that far off. So we've got part of a chicken leg here. I think the dark meat, when you do this, you cook with on your Weber, always seems to be better. It's probably all the part that is supposed to be the worst for you, I'm guessing. Otherwise it wouldn't be that good. Oh. No. Wow. This is phenomenal now that apparently the moist dark meat was hiding. It's just good. You get some smoke on it. But I'm still probably going to stick to indirect cook. We need to be done in less than an hour and a half. That's going to be the way to go. Maybe try dumping more wood on it just to throw a shit ton of smoke at it, but other than that, I don't think this 3-hour cook is worth it. I will say, I have ordered a pit barrel cooker And hopefully it'll be in here in the next week or two. And it's supposed to be really good chicken, so we'll have to do one of those sometime. But, so I got plenty of videos to do with the Weber. I'm not going to give up on the Weber. So there you go. Cheers.